ringside on Ice Hockey UK TV in association with McDonald's, and listen to the noise behind me to greet this GB team. Undefeated so far, them and Korea are going head to head this Thursday afternoon. The two teams with a 100% record. Wins, of course, for GB over Croatia and Estonia, and it comes down to now the third game, a massive game which could really decide GB's fate in this tournament. And this is what happened. Here's the highlights with Seth, Bennett and Andy French.
Game 3 of the Ice Hockey World Championships, and it is the two undefeated sides. Swift back to Wonjun. GB got to defend this one. Tipped in front, goal. A moment to celebrate for the captain.
Swift's had it again, look.
Park Woo-sang scores the goal on the tip from the blue line, and a killer blow for GB. 22 seconds before the end of the period, and Great Britain go behind. A shot from just inside the blue line, and he does just enough to tip this one past Ben Bounds, low stick side. Shot comes in, back outside and a goal. Korea double the advantage. It was a spinner armour move on the backhand side. And Korea lead by 2-0, and GB caught a little bit cold. Ki-sung will get the credit. And Bounds, Peace and 5-0. Korea 2, GB 0.
Oh wow. Spin around, backhand.
Bounds moving across his net, just couldn't keep it out. And it's a goal out of absolutely nothing,
There was
really.
nothing there at all, no. Nothing whatsoever. And there we are, what, 35 seconds into the period?
2 goals in a minute, less than a minute.
Well, we've got to bear down now and get a goal here, get back into this game. That took us by surprise, I think. I'm not sure if it was 5-0, was it? I wasn't quite sure. I couldn't really see on the replay that they showed. But
Difficult to tell. The 5-0 did open up though as he was sliding across the net. GB with a turnover, fires it home, Farmer! Oh, water bottle moment!
that's the right time to get that one, eh?
What a goal from Robert Farmer. Picked up the pieces in the offensive zone, and he rattled it. High, glove side, beating the goalie easy. And what a response from Great Britain. It took them less than 20 seconds to cut the deficit in half. Korea 2, GB 1.
That was an ideal time. We just literally said that. Is it 35 seconds? They scored 51 seconds. We've pulled one back. And I think that might help now. Said we needed a goal quick, and we've got one. I know we conceded one, but I think we're definitely back in this game now for sure.
Back to David Phillips. Phillips finds Lakovic, who's on the left side. It's the wrong side for a one-timer for him. GB again, shot will come all the way through traffic. Lakovic can't hold on the left side. A snarl, a curl of the nostril of frustration as he leaves the ice. Ben O'Connor loses it off his skate. GB could be in trouble here. David Phillips will get back, uses the boards well though. Ben O'Connor, another penalty coming. GB just need to give it up, they do. Experienced play by Colin Shields as there's another 5-on-3 coming. 72 seconds.
72 seconds.
GB with Weaver. Walks in, Weaver, fake shot, side of the net. There's so much space out there for Great Britain. Farmer to the top. Farmer, side of the net. Now a chance, Weaver walks in, goes high. He had the space and he missed the top corner. So much space for him to work in. Here's O'Connor, side of the net, chance back, blind pass back door, and it's cleared away down the ice. Nice idea from Farmer, but the man wasn't there, and it allows a change of 3. And GB have to recycle from their own zone with Ben O'Connor. Gambles into the offensive zone, gambles like a newborn lamb. Weaver Across the blue line he goes, drops it off to O'Connor, winds up, lets this one go, he scores! The equaliser from Ben O'Connor, and finally GB score on a 5-on-3 power play. A blast from Ben, and we're tied at 2.
Well, it finally arrived. 5-on-3. Ben O'Connor weaves, they switched sides there, and set up Ben O'Connor, who was able to step in, release the shot, and here we are, 2-2. Great goal. Nice to see a score on the power play as well. You and I have been talking about 5-on-3s and 5-on-4s, 5-on-3s. We're actually back in this game now.
Back in this game and bossing this game as well. 10th goal in a GB shirt for Ben O'Connor. 2nd of the tournament as well. Cowley will chip off the boards, and Phillips can clear away on his backhand side. He doesn't though. Peacock's there. Can he clear? He does. GB will break. Here's Cowley. He's in on the goalie. Russ Cowley. He's thrown the stick. Where's the puck gone? Is it a goal? The referee blows his whistle, but what is he going to give here? Does the puck go in? The net was taken into the boards with the puck in it. He's going to ask the linesman, and GB are going to say either a goal or a penalty shot, because the stick surely was thrown there. And the new IIHF rules are if the shot has already been taken and the net has been taken off its moorings, it should count. This has to go to review. Penalty shot's been given.
Yes, absolutely. You were spot on, Seth, with your analysis there. As a Korean player laid down behind.
Well, let's have a look at this. Cowley broke in, and I don't think he intentionally threw it, the defenseman who's hurt himself.
It's the defenseman taking the goal off the net is the reason for the penalty shot, not for the throwing of the stick, obviously.
Which is also illegal, though.
Yes, absolutely.
And also would be a penalty shot.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
So, does it have to be Russ Cowley, or can it be anybody on the bench?
It can be anybody.
And it is going to be Ben O'Connor. Huge smile on his face.
Nothing bothers that man, does it?
Well, if you knew his dad, you'd know why. And you do know his dad, so you do know why. So, 6:39 gone. Pivotal moment. Penalty shot, Great Britain. Ben O'Connor, 2 goals in the tournament already. Swings in now, back inside. Oh, what a goal! He pulled one out of the top drawer. He pulled the puck through his legs. He scored as good a goal as you're going to see anywhere in the world. Pressure moment. And O'Connor pulls it through his legs.
Look at this.
And with his stick, straddled, flipped it into the top corner. Holy cow! GB lead by 3 goals to 2.
I'm just stuck for words. I am stuck for words. Through his legs and puts it high. Are you kidding me? Are you?
Sometimes you've got to laugh. I mean, that's the equivalent. I look at Paul Thompson, he just shakes his head. That's a 3rd goal of the tournament. Wonderful goal. GB lead 3 goals to 2.
Imagine what that's done to the bench, Seth. Imagine what that's done to the bench.
And you know what? He would have told them that that's what he's going to do as well.
Yeah.
There would have been a little whisper, this is what I'm going to do. Here's a shot that will come in. It bounces off the backboards. Minho has it. Korea maybe time for one last chance. Comes out in front. There's a big scramble in there. Back to the blue line. GB try and block the shot. Box Hill does just that. Hacked into the corner by Myers. GB are going to win it. They do. And they leap up and down on the bench. A jig of delight from Pete Russell. GB have beaten the favourites. And now we ask the question, is a gold medal on the cards?
Well, you've got to say, Seth, it's another come from behind win.
Oh boy, they all go to Ben Bounds and they high five and they smack each other on the back of their heads in celebration. What a terrific advert for ice hockey at whatever level. We're going to go down ringside in just a moment and join Chris Ellis, who's ventured onto the GB bench. Chris, who have you got with you?
I've got Tom Watkins. Tom, wow, tell me your thoughts after that.
Wow, that was amazing. The boys dug in, what a battle. They put their bodies on the line all night today, and it's just a great game of hockey.
It's the come from behind and never say die attitude again, wasn't it?
No, it was a huge desire. Huge desire. We weren't pleased with our first period, and from there, second and third, I thought we were outstanding.
Okay, I think we're going to move along quickly, and we'll try and grab Coach Pete Russell. Pete, can you explain how you're feeling after that one?
It's great. It's just a huge performance. 2-0 down to go back and win 3-2, and then penalty after penalty. My penalty kill was unbelievable. The blocking shots. It's awesome.
Just a word for Ben O'Connor's penalty shot. That's I couldn't believe what I saw.
It's dusty, isn't it? It's nice. But the spirit's unbelievable. Unbelievable spirit.
How proud of them are you right now?
Oh, it's unreal. It's amazing to me. It's absolutely unbelievable.
Jonathan Boxall is the man of the match. He played very, very well. But how you ignore Ben O'Connor when he scored that kind of goal. Proud moment though for Jonathan Boxall, player of the game at this tournament. More reaction coming your way. From down ringside as Boxall will skate across.
Ben O'Connor, Ben, you've got to come and have a word with us. Congratulations, first of all. What a game.
Oh my God, unbelievable. I mean, we said we've been in this situation before against Croatia, 2-0 down, and we fought back. Everyone believes we're on the same page, and it shows what we can do.
You know where it's going next, don't you? Talk me through the penalty shot. How did you have the, how can you do that in a big game at 2-2 and put it off? It was wonderful.
I've been practicing it for years, and it's funny because in the semi-final in Nottingham, when it went to penalty shootouts, I looked at G and I said, G, can I take it? He laughed at me, and I went, no. And then today, Pete said, you want it? I said, yeah. And Tomo and Dowds, they see me do it every week in practice, and they're like, do it. And so when we were waiting, though, my nerves were shaking. I go over to the bench, and I've got Weaves and Tomo saying, hey, don't miss the puck. Don't toe pick. So that didn't help much.
I mean, the relief when it went in must have been unbelievable.
Yeah, it was either hero or zero, and luckily it paid off.
Yeah, and now it just opens up so many possibilities. I mean, this is a high, but you've still got 2 big games to come, haven't you?
I mean, we got to take it. I know it's a cliche, and one game at a time. We can't look ahead because, you know what, it's in our destiny, it's in our hands now. All we got to do is win 2 games to get a gold medal, and that's not a position GB's been in a long time.
Okay, well done. I'll let you get back to your teammate.
Thanks, mate.
Jonathan Phillips, captain of GB. You've been involved in the programme for many years. That's got to be right up there with one of the best.
That's an unbelievable performance. That was a game where we all had to pull together, a must-win game for us to stay in the hunt for a gold medal, and the boys pulled through. We just keep fighting this year, and it's great to see. And I think there's nothing more than we deserve. I think you can see the effort we put in, and how passionate we are about trying to make steps to get into that next group.
In past years, you'll go a goal down and maybe a couple follow in clusters. That's happened before against Korea in previous championships. What's the difference this year?
I think it's just a belief, and I mean, Pete said it today after the game. That he said it's about us, and it's so true. And I think we've just kind of taken that on board and almost kind of taken responsibility for it and accountability, and said, well, you know what, we've got to get ourselves out of these troubles, and like we haven't done in the past. So I think we've just kind of taken that upon ourselves.
Pete's a very proud British guy. He's like a roaring lion, isn't he? I mean, guys seem to feed off that as well.
He is, and that kind of passion starts from the top with Pete, and he really does get the boys going before the game, and it's great to see. And he cares a lot. He's known a lot of us for many years now, and he wants to see us succeed, and wants to see the programme succeed.
It was a long wait for that penalty shot for Ben O'Connor. I still can't believe what I saw. He mentioned that he came over and had a word with you. Were you nodding or were you head in hands?
I was telling him not to do it. I was saying just do something normal. But you know what? If you've got that skill and you're confident, then who am I to say don't do it? He's an unbelievable player, and his hands are unreal. And I've seen that that move so many times in practice. And it does work 9 times out of 10. So I'm pumped for him that he scored that, because he's really been that clutch kind of player for us this tournament.
I guess the big thing now is keeping the lid on the emotion, because this has been the biggest game, but they just get bigger now, and they're important all the way through. But you've won the top seed, and I guess it's keeping sort of emotions in check, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we'll probably enjoy it for the next kind of few hours and be proud of that. But you know, reality is we've got another 2 games, and you know, we need maximum points from them. So yeah, it's going to be back to work tomorrow morning with some practice, and then you know, start concentrating on the next game.
Well, if you got over that, wow, another win for GB. They certainly put us through the mill, but they come up trumps time and time again. 3 wins out of 3 now, a win over the favourites Korea, and that penalty shot, commentated by Seth Bennett, it's got to be one of the best goals he's ever seen, I've ever seen. Probably here in the background, a win for Netherlands over Croatia. That's a big win for them tonight, but let's get back to the matter in hand. Seth Bennett, well, let's start first of all. We've got to start with the penalty shot. It was unreal.
Well, what's really funny is I watch Ben week in, week out in Sheffield. He's not taking a penalty shot all year long. And then he comes on this stage and he's laughing and joking. And the thing that we've got to remember here is there's a big 5-minute break where they had to fix the goal, they had to fix the player, and eventually Ben's standing there on the bench. He's got players that are chirping him like it's going out of fashion. Yet he still comes back and makes that move. And to do that in training, okay, that's one thing. You'll get the cheers of your teammates and everybody will have a good laugh at the goalie's expense. But to do that in a tied game at a World Championship is absolutely out of this world. You know, I'm surprised he can walk because he has that much courage in between his legs. I mean, that was just a phenomenal bit of skill, and he's having a great tournament. 3 goals as well for him now, and hey, we've got to appreciate it, and that's going to be shown on TV screens, you suspect, across the world.
What does this win mean for GB now in the context of the tournament?
Well, for me, it means that they need 4 more points from the remaining couple of games to guarantee promotion. The reality, though, is much bigger than that. I think this is such a confidence booster for the programme. There's a belief now amongst this group of players. There's a belief in their coach that what he tells them will help them win games. Now, they've had that from day one, but maybe there's going to be that external belief as well. And I think that Pete Russell is going to get an awful lot of credit out of today's win, and quite rightly too. Let's have a look at this. In the first period of the game, let's have a look at the GB forecheck to start with. They were so incredibly disciplined in the neutral zone. Watch how they set up here. Nobody goes in hard. They just stack up. 1 man in the offensive zone, all 4 in the neutral zone. What South Korea do here is they struggled. They iced the puck. They were disciplined. But as the game wore on, what the coach recognised is that things needed to change. And he asked his forwards to be a little bit more aggressive. We watch now, and we see this. Slightly different situation, but GB all of a sudden force. Once again, puck goes down the ice, GB create the turnover. And it was a similar situation on the penalty kill as well. Let's have a look at this. GB in the first period on the penalty kill, massively passive. So they were quite happy, leave it on the outside, they weren't going to put a lot of pressure on. When they were killing all those penalties at the end of the game though, completely the opposite. Really aggressive, battles for every single puck, and they went in packs. They were hunting in units of 4, and they kept going around the ice, breaking play up, and that's what South Korea found so difficult. You know, with due respect, Jimmy Pack, with his wonderful pedigree, has been out-coached by Pete Russell. Not the first time he's done it, but Pete Russell, I'm telling you right now, he deserves a great deal of credit. That's felt by the players as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Did it at the under-20s, of course, when Pete Russell won gold back in December. Jonathan Boxall, well, 2 things really, maybe into one. GB's penalty kill is exceptional at the moment. Boxall's a massive part of that, but the tournament he's having for a newbie at World Championship level, it's staggering.
Well, what he does so well, Chris, is that he skates and no challenge is too difficult for him. You know, if it's a 30-70, well, he's going to try and make that into a 40-60. And he will battle and he will work. And he's got incredible fitness, he's got great skating, and what you see is the fact that he'll go to one end, he'll make a charge, he'll go and make a chip, he'll go and make a check, he'll then spin, he'll skate all the way back, 3 whole zones. And as we can see here, he does exactly that, reaches the right place, makes the interception, and then sets things going. But really, Chris, what I want to point out is the fact of what happens Final 15 seconds of a game like this, who do you put out? Well, you go to the players who you trust the most. Jonathan Boxall was out there for GB, and watch this, throws himself in front of a puck, he blocks the shot, the puck goes away, and Great Britain are able to win the game. He gets the Man of the Match award. Look, Ben O'Connor would get the Man of the Match award in pretty much any other rink in the world, but Jonathan Boxall's hard work, and as a player who's adapted to international level hockey, be that in the Champions League or be that now at the World Championships, he has been absolutely phenomenal. And he's a young boy that plays with an old head on his shoulders, and I'll tell you what, he's been absolutely phenomenal.
Thanks, Seth. Well done for keeping it together on that penalty shot, because, I mean, the people next to you, we were just open mouthed, and it was just fantastic, but that was great commentary, and you can see it all again. All the highlights, of course, are on this feature, and that video, well, it's just going to go viral, isn't it? Wonderful. A wonderful night for GB. You can probably still hear the noise behind me. A good night for Netherlands. They could now avoid relegation with that win, so plenty of things opening up in this tournament. And now for GB. They call it rest day tomorrow, but they'll have a training session in around lunchtime, and then a probably bit of downtime to get ready for those two big games. Netherlands, the hosts, on Saturday night. That is going to be a big game, and then one more against Lithuania. So GB's tournament is now mapped up. They've got a very good chance for a medal and a very good chance for something very special indeed. A long way to go, but we'll be with them every single step of the way. That's it for now on Ice Hockey UK TV, sponsored by McDonald's. But what a memorable night. GB come from 2 down again and beat Korea by 3-2. It's 3 out of 3 for GB, and they sit top of the Division 1B table.